Okay, this is a video of a premiere draft in MTG Arena, and this is a AFR draft, so Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. It's been a while since I posted a draft video because I have been playing more constructed lately. I actually got to Mythic and constructed a couple of days ago, which is why I'm playing draft again now. And yeah, there is a new set coming out in a week or just over a week, I think. So I probably should get some practice in relearning how to make these videos in preparation for that. But here, yeah, I'm going to skip some of this picking stage because some of the people were picking pretty slow, so it took longer than usual. But I ended up getting to Ingenious Smith, and I wanted to build the deck around that card. And that kind of worked out, building the deck around that. I could have made some better picks, really. I think playing green-white would have been a good option. There wasn't really many black cards coming up, but yeah, anyway. Probably going to skip now to the end of the pick so you can see kind of how it ended up. Okay, so this just now is at the end of pack 3. I was actually struggling to even get enough cards to build the deck. I only had 20 that I wanted to play at this stage, which meant I actually ended up splashing a color pretty much just to have enough cards to build a deck with, which I wasn't. Yeah, I did have a lot of treasure cards, a lot of ways to make treasures, so it's like splashing was pretty easily. It just wasn't something that I was thinking about when I was picking the cards, but when I was building the deck, it seemed like a pretty clear thing to do. But yeah, I ended up getting the third Ingenious Smith in this last pack. I'm in pack 3 now. Three Potion of Healing. I thought I had a lot of artifacts in this deck, and I thought I would just never be missing with the Ingenious Smith. But there only ended up being about 8 artifacts, but there was also a lot of ways to make treasures. So I guess that's why I kind of got a little bit confused, but you'll see me miss with the with not getting an artifact from the Smith probably more often than I actually hit it with 8 artifacts in the deck. I think I could have played that unicorn if I wanted to, because I had 3 of those Potion of Healing, and when you're going through the dungeon, there's ways to gain life as well. So that card would have worked. But I ended up just splashing black just for that dragon, which I think I cast 1 time in this entire draft. So I don't know. I wasn't confident at all. I thought I was just going to go 0-3 in this draft, but somehow managed to get 7 wins. There you go. I should keep a tally of how many times the Smith misses. So there's one from 1 at the moment. And there'll be a lot more. I think more often than not, I didn't hit anything in the top 4. I drew. I was drawing all my artifacts though. I had all three potion of healing. I just drew them normally, so I wasn't going to hit one of those from the smith, which meant there was 5 artifacts left in the deck. Which still seems kind of high. But this might be the one game where I get to play the dragon. Maybe I don't get to. Maybe it's not. But I think I have ways to make treasures so I can get the 2 black mana even without any swamp. I cut the swamps right down to 3 because with red and white I can make treasures. And this game was kind of close. But I think the opponent might have made a bad attack in the end, which left them open to just being dead. So yeah, there I could have made a treasure token, and I was definitely thinking about it, but I just wanted to have a blocker to be safe. So they had, I guess they were counting, and also I could have made a treasure with that barbarian, but decided just to destroy their equipment instead, just to be safe again. So yeah, they boosted their whole team and made this attack. I think they forgot about these potion of healings. Maybe I was dead without gaining the 6th life there, although I probably wasn't dead, but I would have had to chomp with the yeah. Yeah, that was that game. They might have been dead anyway, even if I didn't gain 6 life then, because I might have been able to get an extra damage with the venturing into the dungeon. But yeah, at least I was drawing the smith. Okay, I hit one there. Okay, I hit 2 this game. Okay, that's 2 hits, 1 miss from the smiths. This game, the opponent, I think they just got color screwed. They must have had all blue cards in their hand. But the funny thing is, yeah, the funny thing is my opponent is the same opponent in the next match, which was pretty funny. But this time they actually drew both colors. I guess I never really had trouble with getting the colors, probably because I had a lot of ways to make treasures, and I have mostly planes, and with that I can kind of fix my draws. And this is the one game. This is the one game where I got to cast that dragon. Because I had the treasure. I don't even think I cast it this turn. I might have ended up just okay, I did. But yeah, another option would have been to get the ogre back to my hand and then play that, but wouldn't have really worked out since they played a 3/4. I made this play, I don't know why. I think I just wanted to destroy their artifact for some reason. Also, I could have made a treasure, so I could play the dragon after they kill it because I knew they were going to kill it. With the magic missile. I didn't really have a lot of lands this game, but I had enough, I suppose. And yep, there's a miss. So I think it's 2-2. So the spike trap can boost the smith. I couldn't really attack into their 3-4, so that slowed me down quite a bit. Here I was pretty much just trying to draw a land so I could play the ogre, which was kind of greedy. I could have just played the ogre by itself, but it doesn't really attack into the 3-4 very well. Although I could have then played the torch and equipped it on the following turn. And there's another miss. So is that, I don't know. I think it might be 3 misses, 2 hits. Or 3 hits. I don't know. I've already lost count. I probably should have written it down. But yeah, I don't think I played any of these games particularly well. I probably just drew well enough to get away with it. And there's another miss. And that's where all the lands were, I guess. I still had the dragon in the grave this whole time. Creating a treasure token just to boost all my guys there, pretty much. I mean, also the mana's probably going to help. So yeah, I had to do some thinking on this turn, I think, of how I'm going to use my mana. And I just end up using the spike trap, making sure I tap correctly, so that I can gain a bunch of life so I'm not dead. So they had split the party here. I don't know if they left the right creature on the board. If they had have left a smith on the board, then they could have just chumped it. But the fact that the other creature can get menace, yeah. If they attack with everything, they're just dead. If they leave back they need to leave back 2 creatures here, or they're just dead. Because I get 3 damage from my creature after equipping it, and I get a drain from the venturing into the dungeon. So yeah, that was that game. I did go down to 1 there, but I could have gained another 3. I just didn't want to sacrifice the treasure. I should probably keep a score of how many games I've won. Maybe I'll I can't remember. Is this game 3 or 4? No, probably game 4. And this is why I need practice on how to do these videos again. So yeah, this game was scary because I needed red. I kept a hand without red mana, and yeah, I ended up with 3 red cards. From that point, I was pretty unlikely to keep drawing red cards, but that would have I probably would have just lost this game if I didn't draw that mountain. So So yeah, I think I kind of got lucky keeping a questionable hand at the start. I think just deciding between the middle dungeon or the left one. If I think I'm going to do a lot of venturing, that's when I go for the left generally. I think I just I don't think scrying then was that helpful, so probably should have just used the left dungeon. Because even if I drew a land, it wouldn't have been that bad, I don't think. So I actually hit with a smith that time. Pretty sure in one of these games I play 3 smith and they all miss. So I'm just not sure whether to use the removal spell here, and yeah, I ended up doing it. It'll save me a turn on the clock. Because if I wait to use it next turn, then I'll be down to 4 life, and they'll still be doing 2 damage each turn. I think it was safer just to do the drain then. I don't really have good blocks on their 2/2 lifelink. So I could have still sacrificed that trap though, I guess. So I was pretty safe. So yeah, I got to platinum with 2 drafts. Yeah. I might post a video of the other drafts that I've done. I even have some old Strixhaven drafts where I got 7 wins. And yeah, I'll only be posting draft videos if I get 7 wins, I think. Otherwise, I might just post maybe a game if anything like really interesting happens in a game. So yeah, don't really know what the opponent was going for there, using their +3/+3 just to deal 3 damage and try to race. But there's no way I was losing this race, I don't think. And this was pretty cool this turn. Getting to play my guy to destroy their portable hole. I get another trigger. When I make a treasure from attacking, that'll boost my smiths. And I even play the 2/3 here. Just throw those treasures away. And yeah, even though I didn't draw a land, I knew I was going to make a treasure from the ogre. So I would have enough to use the spike trap. So yeah, that was this game. Just like extremely aggressive. And yeah, I guess I drew pretty well. I wouldn't say I drew perfectly, but it was nice to have that that dwarf to smash that portable hole. So there's another miss. I think so far it's been kind of even, like 50-50 if I'll miss with the Smith or not. And in that one, I had 6 artifacts in the deck. But yeah, what kept happening is I would miss and then I would just draw all my artifacts. Glad the opponent didn't have some removal this game. Although it was kind of close. They just rolled a 20 straight up after I missed with my Smith. So yeah, I end up just double equipping the Smith here. I did have to do some thinking, like until I realized I could make it a 6/6 this turn, because otherwise they would have 5 damage and they could just double block it. But yeah, I had to tap myself out of having that 1 mana spell that could save my creature. I mean, I didn't have to, but to make that play I did. So yeah, they were getting aggressive and also gaining some life from their vigilant creature. Yeah, this is another game where I don't think I played perfectly, but it still worked out anyway. Didn't really need to move that artifact, but I figured it's probably safer. So yeah, I wasn't really expecting them to attack with everything. I was thinking of making this block. Yeah, it took me a while to think of the block. I was thinking of making that block so that I could boost my token and kill their 2/2. I thought they were going to have a spell that gives +1/+1 to all their creatures, which is why I made this block. Just pretty much to stop as much damage as I could. So yeah, they had the same spell that I did, but I just didn't even bother using my one, even though it could have saved my creature. Which maybe wasn't the right play. Because yeah, this was pretty risky. I could make it so one of their creatures can't attack here, but I'm 1 mana away from using the trap to deal 5 damage to something. So yeah, I was pretty glad that they blocked there, because there's a chance they could have just killed me on the backswing if they had a way to boost their creatures. But luckily they didn't. And I was feeling safe knowing that I could gain some life. Pretty good time to get a scry too, when I can throw a couple of mountains away. He tried to, Yeah, I could use 2 white mana, and the auto tap was trying to leave me with a black and a white. But I don't even know if, I don't even think I used the spell here. Maybe they just concede. No, I don't think they concede yet. I think they just attack with a flyer. And I just gain the life to be safe. And yeah, even next turn I didn't really make the right play. That was a pretty good creature for them to have, but I think the only thing wrong I did here was move one of the equipments. I don't really think that was necessary. All that ended up happening really was I dealt like 1 more damage than I would have otherwise. But I think I forgot about the fact that I was going to draw 3 cards and that I could actually use, if I had 3 extra mana, that would probably be useful. So yeah, this looked kind of risky, but I did have the final dungeon venturing thing. Which is the most powerful one, where you draw 3 cards and you get to play for something for free. So yeah, pretty good hitting a portable hole there as well. I mean, I was pretty safe. But yeah, if I had that 3 mana, I would have also been able to play the Potion of Healing, and then there's absolutely no way I die. So we'll see if I hit with this Smith. I'm going to say no. Yep. Yeah, pretty much just flip a coin to see if I'll miss. They played a pretty good creature for me to use the portable hole on. So I should have been happy with that. But that one hit, so yeah. Doesn't always miss. Just feels like it does. And yeah, I was really surprised at how well this deck did when I was struggling just to get enough cards to even make a deck out of. But I guess it turns out the Smiths are pretty good if you got a lot of artifacts in the deck. It's kind of spoiled for choice here. I could have played the Torch and equipped it. That would have been a lot of damage. But I ended up to just setting myself up even better for the following turn. Even if it means I get like 2 less damage and I don't venture. But the game's pretty much over at this stage. Unless they have a removal spell, they're probably just dead. Because yeah, I just decided I'm just going to attack with everything. Because what's the worst that could happen? And yeah, I even went for the they lose life. The dungeon on the right, which I think is the one I use the least. But in this case, I think it was the right one. And yeah, I guess they just didn't have anything in the end there. Oh yeah, and that was the last game. So 7-0, which is why I wanted to post this video. It doesn't happen very often. I got to cast that card one time, and I never got it back out of the grave. But it didn't matter, so yeah. I think the deck would have ended up better if I had gone some sort of white-green life gain maybe, but actually red kind of worked out. But anyway, I was, I wasn't expecting to win many games at all with this deck, let alone win every single game. So pretty happy with how that draft went. And I might be posting some more draft videos. So that's going to be it for this one. So thanks for watching. Bye.